finally occurring that my mic was muted. Welcome back from the dead, ladies and gentlemen. I somehow has lost lap count, even how hard I try to get it back. So I can't see what lap we're on. And I can't get the replays to work. So something has gone wrong somewhere. I don't know what it is. But we do have the racing for you. A little bit of a situation for me as I was trying to work out a lot of stuff right there. Anyways, some stuff seems to have happened here. So still don't know, as I said, what lap we're on. I would expect there to be in the vicinity of around 20 minutes of racing left by now. Shosset leading Obi-Wan and Limitless with Halbstag in fourth. Then Joe of the Fire of Ryan and TSR Stick. White Flight now pitting in. He's had the soft tires last until now, more or less. That's quite impressive, I have to say. Then Martin, he's in 9th. T5 in 10th at the moment. Oh, Limitless is Smilehead. It's Smilehead. Oh. Well, everything makes much more sense as I've just had a message from Dr. Hash coming in. What's up again, Welsh? Yeah, we're back from the dead. Somehow. I have no idea what happened. It's happened a couple of times. I feel like it's happened on GT Sport both of the times. Could it be a glitch or a bug or something? I've read up on it quickly. I googled it. Seems like it's not something I should be dead worried about. Seems like it's a faulty hard drive at least. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. We'll have to see. Keep on going. Hopefully this update with GT Sport is gonna solve it. Anyway, Joe of the Fire is battling Ryan for 5th and 6th position. And yeah, we kind of just lost down on what's happened. I take it that Obi-Wan, Limitless and Halbstag has made their pit stops behind Shosset. I take it that Joe of the Fire and Ryan, they're on softs now, so perhaps they're on softs now. That makes no sense to me. Have they removed the rule about, because Ryan's on the hards, Joe of the Fire is on the softs? Makes little sense here to me. Or is that a glitch as well? Their pace seems very evenly matched for Joe of the Fire to have that kind of advantage. Fresh softs against fresh hards. Doesn't look that way to me, to be honest. Let's see into turn 1 as they come down here. No, he isn't really pulling away like you would expect at all with any kind of advantage. So we can't take anything for given here. Shosset leading by just a second down to Obi-Wan. Limitless then 12.5 seconds down from this battle. In 4th place it's Halbstag. He's then got a further 11.2 seconds down to Joe of the Fire and Ryan. That close scrap for 5th place at the moment. We'll do our best to make sure we catch it all. It's quite close at the moment. And further down the order I think there's a scrap. Digby's put in here's Splurge, Jimmy and T5 I think. Quite close to one another also. As Shosset seems to be heading away from Obi-Wan in 2nd. And someone's gone off at some point. Something has happened. Someone's taken out the brake marker sign. And it's right there in the middle of the track. Did it get moved? No, there it is. The middle of the braking zone, that is poorly placed. Of course, it isn't really going to do anything, I think, here. Halbstag. Looking good in his Subaru. And honestly, I cannot see Joe of the Fire being on softs. He looks more like a driver on the hards as he gets a little bit of a troublesome exit there. And that's mildly put under braking. Here we are with the Wayne Cam as he's now harried A bump draft from Ryan there. He wants to go quickly. Just wants to go past as well. Oh, Joe off the fire. Tortured tires. Just hear the squealing through turns 1 and 2. Martin pitting in here. Says on mediums here. That's what I get it to as well now. So, it's kind of strange being here guessing how long there's actually left of the race. I mean, I guess it is going to be just around 10 minutes left. Oh, it's Ryan now gets alongside with a good exit down from Spoon. They're coming up towards 130 out. Joe off the fire though, with the superior run in the end. And let's see just about. I want to trigger the replay, and I cannot. No lap count, no replay, and I cannot bring it forth, Welsh. There is nothing, even if I go display all, it still doesn't give me the lap count. It still just says everybody is constantly on lap 19 here, which is probably where I left last time around. I'm guessing that it has something to do with me not clearing the cache file from the last session. I could very much imagine that's it. Yes. Oh. One gets a little slidey here. So this is a strange, buggy broadcast. For those of you joining in now, my PlayStation just died before it just went out like that. Not an over. It wasn't overheating, and I haven't had any data warnings from the hard disk or anything. It leads me to think that it might be a problem with GT Sport, or maybe some data on the latest update of GT Sport or whatever. I'll have to do some playing on the PlayStation and other games to see if it happens in GT Sport only. It might be something with the PlayStation not able to cope with having to stream in 720p and 60 FPS. Yeah, I could imagine Welsh. I'd like to try and do a little bit of investigative work. I have able to do Russian accent on this, no. At the bit of time now, I would like to do investigative work. To find out whether there is problem with PlayStation 4 or not. Joe of the Fire still holding off Ryan the pole sitter. Joe of the Fire, he was third. Joe of the Fire was leading for a long time, but it seems they are just having to admit defeat. So I was about to say the German superiority, but I'm not going to make any World War II or anything that could be judged to be a World War II reference in that sense. Although saying that I just kind of did. But never mind that. Joe of the Fire still came up. Let's see that last lap time of the witty professor. It's not even showing us that. So it's basically we are without any data. Was that Ryan going kind of wide through turns 1 and 2? He lost a little bit of time. And look at that, there's Stick right in the background of these two. And I'd imagine Stick to have had his last stop actually in TSR, and Stick started out on the mediums. He is on the softs now. I cannot see anything. I still see it and Stick on the mediums. I just have no data that's correct whatsoever. It's hopeless. or it's not hopeless, but it's kind of hard keeping track of. And of course, the replay function has gone dead for me as well here. So not long left of the race. I think just around the vicinity of 10 minutes. Schuss is still holding off. He's extending. And with that, I said, put in a couple of extra tenths into Obi-Wan in second. Here's Limitless. He's lost a couple of extra seconds and is now getting eaten up ever so slowly, it seems, by Halbstag. Further 13 seconds down the road is Joe of the Fire, TSR Ryan, and then Stick coming into join the party from behind. White Flight is in 8th at the moment. Oh, and here's Martin having a party with T5, who goes way off. Manages to keep it, manages to come back. Doesn't manage to take the position though from Martin. Splurge is 11th. He's battling off TSR Jimmy there, so lots of action going on actually all over the field. And obviously, especially without the replay function, yeah, kind of lost. That's a good point. Let's see how that works. Where is it even? Not here. Options. Jeez. Now, would that help? Nope. But Lewis, I do appreciate the input. Should be everything on still. Yeah. And most certainly worth a try. If it could get anything to work, it'll be appreciated, but I think something must have happened in the lobby that had to do with that stuff. Halbstag now with getting within a second of Limitless, so he's really closing in. Yeah, Gran Turismo, Polyphony, and anyone who's played Gran Turismo 5 and 6 online will know that these aren't just issues that are new or fresh to GT Sport. It's like recurring issues from previous generation of PlayStation 4. Yeah, it would have been worth leaving and rejoining, I think, Welsh, but at this stage we agree very much that it's not worth it anymore. But look at this now, Limitless has made some kind of mistake and is now being harried for Halbstag, who's looking for that podium position here. But the 23 car manages to hold on, and look at this now, Stick is right on the tail of these two in front as we're coming towards the pointy end of affairs here. Oh, that's a huge slide from Ryan. Now will there be an opportunity for Stick to actually make the pass happen? He does go for it into the Casio triangle. Oh, that's Joe of the Fire going absolutely sideways. A bit of RG barging as Ryan does his absolute best to defend his position. I don't think it's going to be enough here. Stick pulls ahead on those soft tires. I do remember him starting on the mediums. Make sure he's on the soft at the moment here. Ryan goes to the outside. He's now getting the squeeze and isn't really able to do anything about that. And in the meanwhile, Joe of the Fire has run well ahead of these two while they were super close at the triangle. He's now 2 seconds up the road. Limitless is still hanging on to third position. Let's see for how long can be successive. So here is Halbstag. And there is the move up the inside. Respectful stuff from Limitless, who gives the space for the overtake to take place. And Halbstag, is he gonna move up into it? I don't think so necessarily. He might just have the inside run into Spoon though. Although not even that's gonna happen. And Limitless, with a very nice piece of defending there. Halbstag almost overcooks it. Having a look up the inside, that almost went to be more than a look. And could have ended up taking well, certainly could have ended up taking Limitless out, could have taken them both out in turn here. Halbstack this time around with a good run into 130R. Will it happen this time around? I think there is no defending this one though. Limitless still hanging on the outside, breaking into the Casio triangle hard indeed. Keeps the TX3 car behind, holding on to third place. This is some absolutely brilliant stuff. And I want to ride in, maybe someone can... Oh, that is Limitless! Loses it on the outside of turn 1 into turn 2. Just about keeps control of it, but of course loses out on third position in the process. Joe of the Fire, I think he'll be quite pleased with that little bit of a gap down to TSR Stick in behind. Stick, who got passed on Ryan. Ryan hasn't been able to do anything about it, and Stick is now trying to hunt down the witty professor in front. Out in front of everyone, it's Schosse, but it's not with the same kind of margins as the last round here. 1.8 seconds the advantage down to Obi-Wan in second. So the very strong second part of the race from the PS crash till we've come back to the action. It's been a very good period for Obi-Wan. Really consolidated that second place. Limitless has lost an additional second up to Halbstack. Joe of the Fire is closing that gap up in front, is now down to 9 seconds. It was 14-15 seconds at some point not long ago. The question is, are we too late into the race for Joe of the Fire to do anything about that? I think we just might be. Mind you, 35 laps of 2 minutes and 10. It's going to add up to something like 2 hours or an hour and 15 minutes or so. So let's just see about, well, how long it's going to be. We've had an hour and 9 minutes of racing now. That's all I have to go for actually when trying just to make out how close to the actual end of the race we are. 3-4 laps. Yeah, that's going to be it. Schosse making his way up towards Martin, and then further up the road it's Jimmy up in 9th position now in front of the Dutchman. The other bottom runners, Splurge and C5 here, also involved in a hefty scrap. And Schosse with just 1.7 seconds of advantage. Just as I say that, Obi-Wan goes massively wide, throws away an entire second in one situation there, but I was about to say Schosse gets close to Martin and Jimmy. He's gonna hope that they just pull off and let him pass, because really have time for any shenanigans. Doesn't really have a huge advantage whatsoever down to Obi-Wan, although it has been increasing. Does seem to have that pace advantage, that very same pace advantage that he's had all race here. From what we've seen, he has been the strongest, the fastest, the most consistent here on track today, as he was last time around. And into Lagos, Halbstack, who's making it look like a very nice day for the TX3 boys. He's on 3rd place at the moment, and it's another TX3 driver, though not in a TX3 liveried machine. Oh, it doesn't make it any less sweet for him in 4th place. Joe of the Fire is in 5th. He's holding on, but only just in front of Stick, who's really getting close to the rear end of the witty professor. In that Aqua liveried machine, the lovely one indeed. Holds off into 130R, but he really manages to keep the car running, to keep it going. And here is going to be a late send into the Casio triangle. Oh, he's going to run wide. He's run wide. Stick at the vital moment there into the Casio triangle running wide, and that's lost out on some vital time as well. Indeed, up to Joe of the Fire now, 2.3 seconds, and all that work to do yet again. Trying just to get the gravel and the dirt off the tires. He's now got Ryan for company. He's gotta be careful. Just out braking himself before into the Casio triangle. I would love to show you again, but when I try, there's no replay happening, so something obviously wrong with the server there. Very gentlemanly action from Martin, getting him out of the way like a proper endurance racer. Obi-Wan in the number 81 Cyan, second place, and comfortably so by over 20 seconds to Halstag. Halstag, who's also comfortably pulling away from Limitless. Let's just see the gap between Joe of the Fire and Limitless now down to 6.2 seconds. Although I suspect that within minutes Joe of the Fire is indeed gonna run out of road ahead of him, as the race, I think at least, is gonna end soon. Although I cannot tell you, because whatever I do, it just doesn't want to show me. I can see that drivers are low on fuel, so I guess they are not gonna have been under fueling all of them. It would have been sort of weird. Anyways, I feel like I'm kind of fumbling in the dark. Although it's in the full light of day here at Suzuka. Although it's not telling me final lap, but will it even? I'm not sure. Not gonna be overly confident about anything. I think Joe of the Fire, look at that, he's pulled in half a second alone. Although that did say final lap for a short, brief moment, and I think that might just have revealed it, that we are on the final lap. Would have been nice to have that white flag waved, so we would have been certain, but if it's the final lap, it's looking very good indeed for Schosse. He's pretty safely picking his way through traffic there. Martin hanging out a little close to the backside now. Don't brake too early. You cannot brake too early in that situation, I think. Don't brake too late. Don't do like me. But Jimmy will know what I'm talking about. Halstag comfortably indeed in third place, 4 seconds down to Limitless. Seems to be suffering somewhat with the car. Joe of the Fire's pulled in yet another second, but as I mentioned before, he is just gonna run out of road, and he's got his own reasons to be hurrying up indeed, because TSR stick, well, a second and a half is gonna go away quickly if you make any kind of mistake. Just went a little too quickly for my Danish mouth, for the Dane mouth. Sip of fluid to help it out. Stick. Let's get back to Schosse as he clears the Casio triangle. Was that for the final time? I think it might very well just be. As he does indeed cross the line, takes the win. It's 2 out of 2 for TX3 Schosse. It's been absolutely brilliant. Obi-Wan comes home for second. And here as Halstag makes his way through the Casio triangle, it's gonna be an all-German podium. So I might as well get my German phrasebook out for the post-race interviews here with Limitless taking fourth. It is indeed fifth place for Joe of the Fire in the end. TSR stick coming home for sixth in front of Ryan in seventh. Surely neither Joe of the Fire or Ryan will be completely satisfied with those results, especially Ryan having taken pole position in the end. White flight, the last car running, I think here is in 8th position. And Jimmy, well, he's crossed the line in 9th. Martin, he's across the line in 10th place. Splurge across the line in 11th. And T5 has crossed the line in 12th position. And that, of course, only leaves the Swedish survivor to come across here, and I'm gonna get the bouncy head part of it out of the way quickly, get the party up and running so I can do the invites as quickly as possible. I think someone just connected to my living room speakers. That's strange. Please don't play loud music all of a sudden. Doesn't seem like they're playing music. Well, you all heard that song. I'm sorry to hear, Splurge, that and yeah, the stream that died. I can also say that the allies got robbed indeed, Jimmy. That didn't go well. Someone stupid enough to play. Very funny, huh? That's what happens when you live in a condo and you leave stuff on, and people connect to your Bluetooth stuff and start playing Raga Jungle while you're streaming. I can only say that I'm really appreciative of the fact that they didn't actually turn it up, because my speakers were turned up shit fuck loud. Deutsch, Deutschland, überall. Oh yeah. I'll get the invites out for our top 3. There it is. Halbstag, Obi-Wan, and Schosse. Splurge Traels lives 2 kilometers away from me, so I'm having a hard time thinking it would be Traels trying to meme me. One of my neighbors, perhaps, and that's the only. I mean, of course, it's one of my neighbors, and yeah, good fun though. What a good race we've had. Welcome to our race winner. Big congratulations, Schosse. What a fantastic race on your part. You've done very, very, very well. It seemed to be a little bit of a hectic start between yourself, Joe of the Fire, and TSR Ryan. Talk us through that opening bit of the race.
Yes, hello all. My car is heavier than the other cars, 3% because of my win at Interlagos, so they were faster at the start of the race, and I thought, okay, I have to let them pass because fighting with them we would lose a lot of time. It's pretty dangerous. You can make mistakes so easily. I trust them in the race, others too. So I thought, okay, keep cool, don't fight too much, and stay on the track.
And you seemed also to have a little bit of an edge on the tire wear, compared to the 2 cars you were rivaling there at the front of the pack early on. They went in for 2-stop strategies. You were able to 1-stop it all the way and gave you that little bit of an advantage. Did you feel like you had an extra gear while you were running behind Joe of the Fire early in the race?
No, and I don't know why they pitted twice, because in my eyes the 1-stop is the only strategy that's working. Because on your hard tire they had to use the hard tire, I guess. This tire is so slow, you lose about 3 seconds compared to the soft tire, so the extra stop you lose too much time. So I thought, okay, I have to keep focus on the tires. Don't drift or do something like that, so I can keep the pace up till the end of the stint.
All right. Well, anyways, Shaz, it was brilliant to watch, and yet again, a brilliant display of your talent. 2 out of 2 wins. It's going well here in the GT86 Cup. So, congrats on the win yet again. Strong driver, race driver Obi-Wan, 2nd place for you here in your first TSR race. Congratulations on it. How does it feel? So. It seems like you came a little bit from behind of affairs. I had a crash of the stream at lap 19. Then I think I was back maybe 8 laps later, and you were 2nd in a very good position all of a sudden. No, oh yeah, the Norwegian.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think you have to put on audio sharing settings in the party settings, because I don't think people can hear you out there. So we'll be right back.
Okay, maybe now. Maybe now. I just changed the setting.
Oh, it should be good then. Anyway, just to just take us through it again. You were there with white flight, though Norwegian as he is. It's not a Danish flag, though they are very close. The Norwegian has the blue part.
Oh no, he wasn't Danish. I think he was from Norway.
Indeed, I'm the Danish guy, but never mind.
Well, yeah, never mind. He had a flying start. Indeed. He had a flying start. I'm really sorry. I also had a little bump with him. Then I left him. But yeah, he had a very great start, and from that on, I just thought, just stay in the race, lap by lap. Just gave everything I can, but not too much, and that's how I stayed in the race. I saw both British guys crashing in front of me. I really feel for them, because I know how much it hurts in that moment to lose a car in 130R.
Oh yeah, so that's what happened while I was away from the race with Joe of the Fire and Ryan. That's sad to hear. But anyways, Obi-Wan, good job using the force to your best advantage, bringing home that 2nd place in the end. And only 5 seconds away from Shasa. That's actually the closest anyone's ever finished to him, I think, in any of these races. So that's pretty strong indeed. Congratulations on 2nd place. And Halbstag, TX3, first and 3rd, rounding off an all-German podium. It's wunderbar, huh?
Yeah, brat fürs Falle, I would say. Of course. Yeah, it was very spontaneous to calm down, okay? Yeah, big Fs to Limitless, by the way. He did a great job, but lost it at the end. He put up a great fight, but yeah, he's my brother from another mother. But we had a good fight. Yeah, I was very pleased with it, that I had a chance to join that spontaneously.
Yeah.
I was not expecting anything. I had not done any practice laps. I just got in the car and wanted to fill up the grid, basically, to make it look more big, to make the track look fuller, I think. By the way, I had the same livery as Schosse.
Yeah,
the same name in it, so
I noticed you had the number 12, both of you.
A bad one.
I should have joked around with it a bit more, you being twins today. Maybe I should have played the Eminem song, The Real Slim Shady, and just have rapped over it and said Schosse every time he said Slim Shady. It would have been fun. But that's too late now, anyways. But rounding off an all German podium, it is indeed Halbstag coming home for 3rd. And I'd just like to congratulate you all only 3, on a great race tonight and that great action. And yeah, thanks for taking part, all the drivers, for all that great action you keep delivering and that sweet show we can put on for our audience. And with that said, for me, DirtenDK, that'll be it for tonight. We'll be coming back with a vengeance this coming weekend, as we'll be in the thick of it next Sunday with the coming IGTL Summer Championship Series. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be driven in the Ferrari 458 GT3 cars with a special BOP. And the track combination, well, that's unbeknownst to even me. It's going to be released and publicized 30 minutes before the race start. And of course, as with always in the IGTL, we have some of the absolute top drivers in the world of Gran Turismo. So expect the FIA World Final levels of competition when we bring you the IGTL next weekend, followed of course by the first real round of the Nookshot Endurance Series Season 5. So from me, DirtenDK and the podium guys, say hi guys.
Hi. One question: where can I rewatch this? I have to show this to my parents so they are finally proud.
Oh, show them. You can show them Half the Race Gone on YouTube. You can
Okay,
watch the
thank
race
you very
back.
much.
No problem, mate. So with that said, that'll be the last for me as well. All advertisements done and such. Of course, I am DirtenDK and you've been watching Half the Race Gone. It has been my absolute pleasure having you all along. Just one last thing, of course, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel if you like it, if you like what we do with Simracing and whatnot. And of course, leave a like on the video. And with that said, until next time, take care, have fun, and bye-bye.